In third place, Pierre Gasly. In second place, Esteban Ocon, and taking the 62nd victory of his Formula One career and his 8th of this 2024 campaign, our winner, Max Verstappen. Very well done, Max. What a victory. Surely that was one of your best.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start, because my emotions today have been from almost trying to destroy the garage to, winning the race. I mean, starting P17. I knew that we could have a good race, but in qualifying, I think it was quite clear that there was only one line that you could take. So I knew that overtaking was going to be quite tough. But in the race, I mean, we had a good start. That helped already. We had a good first lap. And from there on, we just picked a few drivers here and there. And then I got a little bit stuck behind the train of Yuki, I think. And then we just stayed calm. It was still a very long race, naturally. And we made the right calls. When some pitted, the rain was coming, we stayed out, which was very sketchy. And then I saw Esteban in front of me flying, like he was 4 seconds a lap faster. I was like, I'm just happy to keep the car on the track. I mean, at one point it was just red, like we needed a red flag. It was just undrivable, even on extreme tires. It would have not been possible. Because of the banking of the track here, it's filling up very quickly, and it almost felt like I was driving a boat. So a jet ski, jet ski. Yeah, I think we could have had a jet ski.
Definitely, yeah. If you go on throttle, you can turn, but if you
definitely had more cornering speed on a jet ski, I think.
Look, Max, you mentioned your frustrations after qualifying.
Yeah.
So, what did you think was possible before the start from P17?
I was just very motivated to get a good race and just let the race pan out and see what happens. Because in a wet race, always some crazy things can happen. But soon I was passing a few cars, and I had always 1 lap or 2 laps of free air. I was always the fastest on the track. I knew that, okay, we are quick. I just need to try and pass the guys to try and have a run to the front. And I felt comfortable in the car, and I feel comfortable in the wet anyway, but then when the car is also performing, it just doubles up and you can really pick up the pace.
Max, you did 5 fastest laps in a row, 17 fastest laps in total. At what point did you think, I can win this?
Well, when I got past Esteban in turn 1, I mean, before that, the pace was there. I was just trying to build it up slowly, because after the red flag, the restart, Esteban was very fast. And then just when the safety car actually came out, I was starting to catch him a bit. But then the tires were again very cold. And then the restart, I got by, and from there onwards, I just tried to look after the tires, because you never know what was going to happen to the end. The wear is always very high around here. But I felt good. The car we're having a nice balance. It just had to be concentrated to not make any mistakes, because the surface was still slippery.
Max, no doubt it was a brilliant victory. Just looking at the bigger picture now, you've extended your lead over Lando Norris in the World Championship to 62 points with just 3 races and 1 sprint to go. Do you feel this is a pivotal moment? I mean, this was now, of course, looking at it was incredibly important, because in a way I was expecting to lose points today. So from now, I just want clean races to the end. I am not thinking about clinching the championship in Vegas or whatever. I just want clean races. All right, very well done. Thank you very much, Max. Esteban, let's come to you now. This has been a spectacular day for Alpine, and you have been extremely fast all day. What does this P2 mean to you, first of all?
Well, I was saying before, I'm not sure that is a reality or still a dream, but I smell champagne, so I think it is reality. But it's been an incredible day. Who would have thought, first of all, that we were going to qualify 4th where we qualified? We were very, very quick as soon as these conditions, poured out today. It really, levels out the field, in here, and it feels great to be just able to fight with other cars, to fight with the guys that are at the front as well. And it shows that, we still got it. And when there's an opportunity, we are, always there to be able to take it. But, we're leading the race at some point, that was a special moment, I was pulling away from Max in that first restart. It was going super well. Unfortunately, yeah, at the end, reality check came back, and Max was still better than us. Yeah, I mean, it feels extremely great, and even greater now because, we've had difficult couple of races lately where things doesn't really work the way we want for us, but it clearly shows that we still got it when it's not all about the car, and it's also about driving.
Have you had confidence in the car in the wet all season, or is it specific to the Interlagos racetrack?
No, not necessarily. I think we are normally better on the rain. It's difficult to be worse at times than where we are on the dry, especially lately. Don't laugh, please. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely great to be able to execute such a race. The team have been spot on strategy calls, tires. And when everyone is on a level playing field, well, we can play, and here we were.
And Esteban, you're getting towards the end of your final season with Alpine. What does it mean to you to sign off with a result like this?
Well, it's not signed off yet. There is more races to go, 3 more. But yeah, if that's the reward, then I'm very happy to call it that this is the reward. It's been 5 years of, good moments, more difficult moments, of course. Yeah, extremely happy and proud, of me and Pierre, to be honest. We've had our stories at time, but it's been, incredible to do that last formation lap. A lot of flashback, came back to my memories when we were racing on the wet in go-kart when we were young, even on the snow. With a slick tire, we were both, racing together and waiting for the podium or the win, to come. And today, it tastes a bit like that. So, a beautiful story from where we come from, and that one will for sure forever stay engraved.
Esteban, very well done. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Pierre, let's come to you now. You were nodding at the end there. Did you get those same flashbacks on the slowdown lap?
Of course. I don't think anyone can understand. It's a very personal relationship between, Esteban and myself. But we've been going through so much, and as he mentioned, all these times we've had, like over winter, going, with -5 degrees outside. We're the only one showing up at the go-kart track. Going out in the rain, in the snow, slick tires, 9, 10, 11 years old. And we've really practiced these conditions. And on a day like today, I can tell you, this actually made the difference. All that practice. I remember us getting back in the truck, trying to get warm after a few laps because we were absolutely freezing. And it's just, we've had our ups and downs, but as you said, this 2 years chapter as teammates, I think we can be very proud of the way we've pushed the team forward. It's been tough, obviously, this season, but we've always tried to push the team in the right direction, to never give up. And on a day like today, even the cars misbehave for the majority of the season. Everyone tried to put their A game, and it was just an historical day for the team. So very proud to, for everyone working in the team to achieve such a performance.
As you say, a great day for the team. A lot of pressure from George Russell at the end.
Yeah.
For you. How hard was it to keep him behind?
Yeah, it was quite big in the mirrors. I must say it wasn't easy. It was, difficult conditions. I wasn't at ease with the car balance, so I was kind of fighting it a bit. But I always had him at bay. I don't think he ever had the idea of trying anything. So I knew as long as I keep him within 1 second, it'll be good enough, and it'll also, damage a bit his tires. So it was a long end of the race, but we managed to hold him off. There was Lando at the restart and Charles as well. So we've had our fair battles during the entire race, which felt like an eternity, to be fair, with the red flag and in these conditions. But
we managed to make the right calls, faultless drive and strategy, and excellent day for the team.
Yeah, brilliant day for the team. Thank you for that, Pierre. Right, let's open this to the floor. As ever, name and publication, please. First one.
Fracturé l'équipe, question to Max. How important was it to win again after having 10 races without one?
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, that was important. I wanted to, of course, win a bit sooner. But yeah, it's been tough for us. We always kept pushing. We didn't really understand why the others were so fast in the race, especially. I've been trying a lot of things to improve the car. And starting P17 this morning, didn't look like we're going to win the race again. So it's an incredible result for us, a massive boost for the team, because honestly, it's been tough, but it is also a big strength of the team to stay calm and just try to work on performance and try to improve our situation. And I'm confident for the last 3 races that we can fight again, and especially in the race that we will be more competitive.
Thank you, Max. Next one.
Hello, my name is Pedro. Congrats for the result. My question, I work for RF Journalism from Brazil. My question is for Esteban and Pierre. Last time that a 100% French team did a double podium, I searched and it was in 82. So how does it feel for you guys to be back on the podium like with 100% French team?
I didn't know the stat. I heard it as well from some French people. It's quite cool. I like to hear that we are making things happen after quite a long time. All French people had to wait for a long time, but it's pretty special. Was it Jean Alesi with?
Or was it Arnaud and
Alesi? Or Panis?
Arnaud and Prost? Yeah. The era before, Pierre.
Yeah. Well, so
a few French drivers, so you can choose.
Yeah. But it makes it very special. I mean, on a day, as I say, like today, for the entire team, for Esteban, for myself, on such a tough season, it's been very difficult for everyone at times, gotta come every single weekend with the same mindset, the same approach, trying to put your best, even though you know that your chances are not really high. But it's important to never give up, because, especially on days like today, anything's possible. And I'm very grateful for all the work the team has been doing, because it all makes it worth it on a day like today when we get both cars on the podium. I don't think anyone in the world today would have thought at some point this year 2 Alpines going to be on the podium.
I want to know the guy that has bet on that.
Well, if there is one, he's the absolute legend. But
Double Alpine podium.
That's what I love about Formula One, that you get this type of opportunities, and you got to show up. It's not guaranteed. Could have been many other guys that make it happen, but at the end of the day, it was Esteban and myself. Yeah.
Okay, thanks both. Next one.
Pedro from Band TV. A question for Max. Yesterday after the sprint, I mentioned the 2016 race, where you also put a mega show for the spectators in difficult conditions. So today you just did it again. I have 2 questions for you. Do you reckon that these 2 races are among the best ones in your F1 career? And also, what makes you go so good in the rain?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, those 2 are definitely in my top 10 list. But this one is definitely much more crucial than back in the day. There I had nothing to lose. I was not in a championship fight, and I was coming from the back, after the strategic mistake we had. Now there was a lot more at stake, so I had to be more controlled, more aware of the championship. So for me, definitely this one is the best one. And about the wet, I don't know, I just said to Esteban as well, it's like back in the day in go-karting, the guys that were good in the wet, they're good nowadays also in Formula One, and it always just, I was racing them as well in the go-karting, and they were also good in the wet, so it definitely is a thing that you pick up when you're younger. I think when you practice a lot, I think where we come from, it definitely rains a bit more than maybe in some other places. And you go out there, you practice, you get more comfortable, and you are definitely tuning your skills, to be better. And I think you carry that, and of course you evolve and become even better, and you use that to your advantage.
Thank you, Max. Next one.
Hi, I'm Bruna from Global TV. First, congratulations to Max, Esteban, and Pierre. My question is for the three of you. We had a lot of complaints about the surface of the track here in Interlagos. So after 2 days with a lot of rain, did the drivability was better, worse, or did it change too much? And I would like to hear your thoughts about that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it was still very bad. I mean, in some places you could not even drive because you would bottom out quite heavily, even in the wet. So definitely something needs to be done, yeah, for next year, to make it better. Because I mean, I know a lot of people put a lot of effort in it. It's not to talk bad about the people. I know they always try to do the best they can to put the surface down. But for the cars that we are running currently, it's definitely too bumpy, and yeah, something needs to be done about it.
I think the grip is actually very good. It's just some bumps that we run with these cars. Probably if we were back in 2021 or 2020, it would have been fine. But these cars, they run super low, and all the heat is basically straight into the chassis, so there's no suspension in there. And yeah, I think it's much better than it was in terms of grip, but just the bumps needs to be improved.
They said it all.
All right, thanks. All. Next one.
Question to Max. Rodrigo França, Car Magazine Brazil. Congratulations on your win. We are in Interlagos. We need to talk about your relationship with Brazil. And of course, I mean, you go to Brasilia, you go to Lençóis Maranhenses, you know a lot of places in Brazil. And personally, I think you grew up a lot in your relationship with Kelly, Piquet, and you're really private about your life, which I also admire. But we would like to talk about how the importance of this relationship and going to Brazil. How is these things for you as a driver and also as a person?
Yeah, so of course, my family-in-law is Brazilian, and yeah, I appreciate it a lot, meeting all of them all the time when I'm coming over. It's of course quite a travel from Europe, but we always try to combine it with the Grand Prix and stay a bit we come earlier and we stay a bit longer. Also for Kelly, of course, to spend more time with the family. And yeah, I've been really, welcomed very nicely within the family. Of course, a massive history as well with racing within the family. So it's really cool. Honestly, I really enjoy being around the Brazilian mentality as well. I think it suits me quite well. My Portuguese is still very bad, so maybe when I stop racing F1, I need to take some lessons. But yeah, it's always, when I come here to also to Sao Paulo, it's a track that I want to do well. Naturally, when you have a bit of a connection to Brazil, it's cool. And then when you can do a day like today, it makes it even better.
Thanks, Max. Another one.
Hi, Maria from Car Magazine Brazil. Question to all three drivers. I reckon that up to this point, you've understood that Interlagos is a temple of motorsport, not only to us Brazilians, but to motorsport in general. And to claim it, you have to earn it. And Interlagos today gave you its absolute worst in terms of weather to push you towards your absolute best. So if Interlagos were a person, what would you say to them after today's race, and this weekend? Thank you.
I would say thank you very much. Served me well.
Muito obrigado.
Yeah. We have to take those lessons together. I mean, his girlfriend is Portuguese, so
We have a common interest for the Portuguese classes.
Esteban?
I mean, the support we receive here is incredible. I mean, this morning I was turning up to the track at around 5 o'clock in the morning, and people were waiting and queuing in front of the circuit. I couldn't believe my eyes, that people are so passionate about it, about F1, about motorsport. And, since my early days, the people have called me Oconzinho, which is quite funny, I feel. But yeah, it's just incredible, you know, from the day we arrive to the day we leave. I would really like to spend more time in Brazil, you know, visit various places. But yeah, Interlagos atmosphere in general never disappoints. It's just incredible.
Pierre, anything from you? What would you say to?
I just look at the crowd. Like honestly, it's such an iconic racetrack. This year was, you know, also very special with the legacy Ayrton left, and you know, with 30 years. So it was, as Esteban said, I think this morning at 5 a.m. when my eyes were quite closed because I was still a bit sleepy. Once I saw everyone queuing, and I was like, wow, that was very impressive. And the energy you get from these moments makes you very grateful, and you know, to be able to live these moments. And when you get these emotions a couple hours later, it's just yeah, memorable moment that will for sure keep with us forever.
I have a quick question here. I mean, I appreciate all of you being here, but I don't see any British press. They have to run to the airport, or they don't know where the press conference is. You know?
Yeah, that's a fair question. That's a fair question.
All right. Do we have any more questions from the floor?
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah. Let's do one more.
Okay. Working here? Okay.
Oh, sorry. Pode ir. Since Esteban mentioned his nickname Oconzinho, I would like to ask to Max and Pierre if they already got Brazilian nicknames too.
Maxinho.
Pedrinho.
All right. Okay. Wait, another one. Yep.
Sorry, I interrupted the other one. Bernardo Berch from Correio do Povo, Porto Alegre, Brazil. For Max, but I think Esteban can add a little because he had a first-person view of the move. I wanted you to talk a little bit more of that, your line in the first corner. You were going so deep, braking so deep, and also still managing to get a lot of traction from the corner, and nobody got to do this through the race.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you feel good with the car, I had a lot of confidence on the brakes because I passed a few people here and there, and I think, you know, that was one of these opportunities. I had a good restart. I was in the toe, and I knew that I passed a few people there before, so I was like, I'm gonna send it up the inside. The camber of the corner helps you naturally a little bit. So yeah, I just went for it, and then of course I saw also like Esteban didn't make it too difficult for me, and he slotted in behind me. Otherwise, I think it would have been 25 laps of trying every time. So, I mean, honestly, I think it was, I mean, I went for it, and I think it was also, you know, very nice how then Esteban handled the rest of the corner.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Max clearly was quicker on that second stint, so there was no way, you know, for me to be fighting. He pulled away very quickly, as I thought he would have done. But yes, I you know, told him after the race, I was very impressed on how late, you know, he could brake to the inside without locking up the front. You know, that's what has happened to a lot of drivers. I've probably in qualifying, you know, 90% of my laps I had the front locking into turn one. But yeah, he made it stick, and it was a nice move.
Okay, we'll leave it there.